Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Sonic Movie Show, the only show about video game movies. We rank and review every single one, or at least that's the plan, in the past. But in the future, every single video game movie that comes into theaters and streaming and whatnot, we will definitely do episodes and review them. My name is Ethan, and with me here to deliberate the list for 2026 is the one and only Devin. First time on the show, I know. How's it going over there?
Um,
The right side of the screen.
yeah, I'm just looking at the movies, trying to think. Well, I was gonna say this is the year of. I usually do a quote, and I was trying to think of a quote like what sums up the year of video game movies, and I guess it's just got to be Chicken Jockey.
No.
Because I was thinking
God.
when I went to the bathroom before we recorded or pressed record. Because we love our games, we love ranking things. We're S rank.
Yeah.
We just overthink everything, and we
Yeah.
put numerical things on things. When people maybe were just like, who cares? I'm
That's
sure
why
if
we
people
have
were like, who
millions of
gives a fuck?
subscribers, though.
uh, what we could do is from this year onward is rank the year in video game movies, like just as a
Oh.
grand total. Like, how do we
I thought
put
you were
this
going to
on
be
a
like, predict the moment from a video game movie, like a chicken jockey
no?
moment.
Just like we saw all the ones that came
Huh.
out in theaters. I mean, there is going to be ones we've missed that came out on streaming services that we probably will eventually get to. But usually our rule is on this channel, to our best abilities, is we watch the video game movies that came out this year. And this year we had probably Minecraft is the big one. We had Until Dawn. We had Five Nights at Freddy's 2.
Yeah. I
Um,
think that it.
Until Dawn, Five Nights at Freddy's 2,
I think that's
Minecraft,
it for new ones.
Borderlands.
No, that was
this year?
2024. So I was going to say
Oh,
2024, the year
I
of
should have
Sonic
pulled
the
up a
Hedgehog
list,
3.
but
I would give that a very low score because of Borderlands, and because Sonic 3 was disappointing to us.
hold on. I'm just going to double check. We're not missing any because we did it. We did an episode just like this one we're doing today for the new year.
Right.
So 2025 we had God, Wikipedia just gave me a list of.
I know Street Fighter was initially slated for this year. I think back when we
Minecraft
did
movie,
our,
Until Dawn,
our
Five Nights at
episode
Freddy's
for it.
2.
Yeah.
Those three, right?
Yeah, makes sense to me.
That's it? Why is
Yeah.
there... Oh, yeah, you're right, because we moved one of them, like you said. Okay.
Yeah, disappointing.
So, right.
Year.
So, yeah, how do we want to... I we don't have to, but I just thought it'd be a fun idea. Just, we don't have to
Let's
dive
come
in
up
too
with a
much
new
of...
ranking system where we use fruits to give the aura of the year. I mean, this was a very mango year because it was interesting and exotic, with what Minecraft movie was doing and Until Dawn and Five Nights at Freddy's being a disappointment. But ultimately, do you really want to eat a mango? They don't actually taste good.
It's not the top of your list.
Yeah,
Maybe you
really
get it in
wanna
a
eat a
fruit
mango.
salad, and you're like, sure, why not? But
It's an ensemble fruit. It is not standing out on its own.
I don't mind it in a smoothie, though. But I gotta blend that shit up.
Sure.
I gotta blend it up with something else. A little milk, maybe
This
yogurt
year,
or something.
2025 video game movies, mango.
Okay, I agree with that. I can't really fight you on that because I'm trying to think of other fruits, and yeah, mango.
It's not
I think
a
sums it
pear.
up.
Pear is a bit too bland. It's good, but a bit too bland. I mean, that's a working man's fruit. You know what I mean?
Working.
Absolutely. It's there to do a job.
The pears are unionizing, baby. Let's go.
No, a fruit a working man eats.
I know. I just like the idea of like a working class fruit.
Yeah, that would be the banana. You know what I mean? Because we've literally outsourced the labor for them. Because we can't grow them here, despite the tariffs implying that we should. We can't grow bananas here.
But I'll say this. We only had 3 movies this year, which feels kind of low, but then when you think about it, in the past, 2024, there was only 2.
Yeah.
Which I got confused with Borderlands. It was over a year and a half ago. But that was...
That
felt
horror
like yesterday.
feels way more recent.
Yeah, Borderlands, and then Sonic the Hedgehog 3. And then before that, 2023, there was only 1 with Five Nights at Freddy's. In 2022, we had Uncharted, Sonic the Hedgehog 3. So really, the 3 is exceeding in terms of our average hit about 2.
2023 also had Mario.
Well, Wikipedia doesn't know their shit then. I don't
Maybe.
know.
Well, are they talking live action? You know what I mean? You listed only live action movies. Yeah, because Mario was 2023.
I don't even see Mario listed.
I
Maybe they just
also could open up our spreadsheet and look, but I'm not going to.
whatever. We for the most part we get around 2 or 3.
Yeah.
So I guess we're hitting our normal threshold, maybe exceeding slightly.
And well, this year, unless assuming all these movies still hit, we're getting 5 or 6, depending on how you look at it.
Well, yeah, 2 of the movies did get moved. Now I think about it, Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter. We both Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat both.
That's
got
right.
moved.
Mortal Kombat was supposed to be the fall of 2025.
It's October. It was supposed to be like
Yeah.
Halloween time.
And Street Fighter was yeah. Okay. Well, let's talk. Let's run down the list of these 5, 6 movies, in release order, generally slated release order, and then we'll talk about our thoughts on them potentially one by one. January 26th, Return to Silent Hill, a movie based on Silent Hill 2, the video game. I'm assuming riding off of the planned finishing development of the Silent Hill 2 remake. That's when it was announced. Alongside that, and Silent Hill F, and the Silent Hill phone thing where you couldn't say Kojima, but you could say the N-word, I think, or something like that in chat. Whatever. That is January 26th. Original director from the first movie is here to do this, assumingly more faithful adaptation than the original of that. Sorry, my cat made what sounded like a distress call. I didn't know if maybe her claw got stuck, but
No,
she's
that
fine.
was what you just heard was the Silent Hill
The
siren.
Yeah,
You gotta get ready.
I would make a joke and say I'll edit in. I'm not gonna remember to edit any sound effect in here. Next, few days later, on January 30th, we have a movie financed by Markiplier himself, the YouTuber. Yes, he is still around, and hey, he is one of the ones that, to our knowledge, hasn't done anything fucked up or weird. He hasn't said the N-word on a bridge in PUBG or anything like that. Iron Lung. That's what the
Iron
poster
Lung,
says.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a submarine game, from my understanding. I remember seeing clips of it, but it was an indie-developed game, made by the same people who made Dusk and also Gloomwood. But that's all I remember. I remember it was kind of a hit at the time. It was like 2023, I think, early 2023.
Interesting. I'd honestly never heard of this game.
But it's like a submarine, I think, like simulator horror game where your sub is sinking, I think. But I don't know. I mean, submarine in general, I find scary, so I am kind of intrigued in that front. But yeah, Markiplier said, and he announced this in 2023, according to Wikipedia, that like, oh, I'm gonna make this, like I'm gonna make this into a movie. And you know what?
I assumed he had involvement with the game or something. Maybe he was just a really big streamer of it or something. I don't
know. But yeah, basically he wrote his own script and self-financed it and everything. He just really liked the idea of it. So
interesting.
I mean, we'll see. But I hope it's. I was reading last time I heard they were trying to fight it to be in like more mainstream theaters because there's a lot of like local. Or like one of those like one night only things. So
well, hopefully at the very least for me, it will be available on streaming. Otherwise, I won't. There's not theaters near me, unfortunately. There are, but not ones that would play small.
I think once we get a little closer, we can see. Or well, actually, to be fair, it might already be booked because I remember when they announced it. Like he tweeted it and he was talking about like everyone was like selling out his theater. So we'll see. I think I saw AMC. The chain might have picked up the movie because obviously you basically have to go to all these movie theater chains and be like, hey, can you give us some screenings? But yeah. That is January 30th. So 4 days after we got a double header.
Yes. I know I will definitely be seeing Return to Silent Hill as soon as it's available. I don't know about Iron Lung. It will depend on availability, like you said.
I'm gonna be high on my wisdom teeth extraction medication.
Oh,
so let's fucking go, baby.
Right. We're gonna record that review episode like that. That'll be fun.
Maybe.
April 3rd, the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Jack Black is set to return. Yes. David Savvy, is that how you pronounce his name? He is Bowser Jr. Every angry YouTube loser's most hated person in the world is playing Rosalina. Yes, you know exactly who I'm talking to. I am not stalling because I forgot her name briefly. It is Captain Marvel herself, and from Academy Award winner from the movie Room, The Room, where she was stuck
The
with her
Room.
child. Not that Room, a different movie
The
where not a
the
different.
Rooms. That's right.
What was it?
You're making
Oh
me
my
blank. Hold on.
god. Oh
This is
my
this is
god.
a normal thing on the show,
Now I'm
folks, where
actually
we
getting mad.
forget
Like, why can't I remember this chick's name? She's in
Brie
a lot of
Larson.
stuff. Brie Larson. That's right. Now look
Keegan
at
Michael Key's back.
well, you're
Kevin Michael
look up
Richardson.
what
Chris
movies she's
Pratt.
been in. What? Yeah, it's called The Room, right? Or Room, or her? She's stuck with her kid and
It's not
abuser or
the
something
only
like
the
that.
room I know is
Yeah, I
what's
know.
his
That's a
name?
different movie. Save me, please. I sound
I'm
like an idiot right now.
sorry, she is not at the hold on. She's
Yes.
I don't know what she's been in since
They
Room.
got
It's just called Room,
it's called Room.
2015.
Okay, there we go.
She's in the Bear.
She won
Her
an
last
Oscar
her
or
last
whatever
big
for
movie,
it.
I guess, is The Marvels, which is 2023.
Oh.
And she's been in TV shows like Scott Pilgrim Takes Off. I didn't know they made a sequel to that show or movie. Lessons in Chemistry. Obviously, Fast X. How did we forget? Um,
Really?
yeah, yeah. So 2023
What?
is her last like kind of movies.
Okay.
So it's been like 2 years.
Well, she's gonna be in the Super Mario Galaxy movie. I'm excited for this one. I enjoyed that first one, although I haven't seen it since. Maybe I'll rewatch it before going into this one. I thought it was a fun kids movie. Lots of colors, lots of references to Mario stuff. I enjoyed it. I'm expecting the exact same level of film, where ultimately it's not as crazy as I would have want references to be, but ultimately it's a Mario movie. What am I to expect here? I'm sure it's going to be a lot of
It'll
fun.
never be our Super Mario Brothers movie. So
It won't be as good as the '90s one, that's for sure. 100%, 100%. Yes, that is April 3rd. Then on May 15th, Mortal Kombat the Second, otherwise known as Mortal Kombat 2, that's its actual title, will be releasing. In preparation for this episode, I did zero research, but in preparation for this episode, I thought about the movies, and I'm like, man, I don't have any memories of going to see Mortal Kombat. I know I saw it. Obviously, we know we did the
because we
episode,
watched it on
and it was one of those HBO COVID movies. It was one of
yeah.
those right on there, and so yeah, that's so this is actually getting a theatrical run. This is where we get to see for real if this movie would actually make money. You know what I mean? Because do you have that obvious excuse of COVID and it being on HBO for the first one? So I'm very curious. I know this is Johnny Cage focused. This is Carl Urban focused. I don't even know. Do we even know if what's his name, their original OC from the first movie, is back in it?
He is in
Cole
it.
Young.
I saw him in it. But how much he's gonna be a main character? Um, I wonder if they're gonna kill him off really quickly, which is kind of unfair to like
Yeah.
him because it's not his fault. Still a weird decision to have him in it when there's plenty of characters to use
Right.
from. And he wasn't like in Mortal Kombat 11 or like as like, hey, we
Or even
added
in
him to
one.
like
Yeah.
weird decision. But yeah, this was delayed, so I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing. You know, video game movies that get delayed sometimes turn out to be Cinderella stories, and other ones turn out to
Just be Cinderella.
yeah. So
Yeah.
just not.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of worried that it got delayed, but the first one I thought was pretty solid and
I
had
have
some
to rewatch
cool
it because I
action.
barely remember that movie.
I'm gonna rewatch it for sure
Yeah.
before going seeing it, just for the story wise. Because I agree, I remember the action in it and like some of the cool fight scenes, but it's been a minute, and yeah, COVID was a blur. Wonder
Yeah.
why.
Yeah. Yeah. Who
But
knows? We could have had COVID and not shown symptoms while watching
that's what
that
I'm
movie. You know
saying.
what
We
I
could
mean?
have fuck
Exactly.
everyone had
Exactly.
it.
Yes, you and I definitely, we're not going to do it for content, but we're going to rewatch that Mortal Kombat movie on our own just so we can give this movie a little bit more of a fair shake in terms of when we go
Yeah.
to review it. But then, yeah, that's May 15th. And then many months later, on September 18th, we have yet another Resident Evil
Yes.
reboot style movie. Because remember, in like 2021 or something like that, there was Resident Evil
22
Welcome to
maybe.
Raccoon City, which was a Resident Evil 2 style movie.
Yeah. When
Leon with
when
his
did
curly,
that?
dorky hair. Um,
I
a
think it was
very,
2022,
very
but
forgettable movie. And now this is another Resident Evil style startup. I will say this is being done by the guy who did Weapons.
Zach
So
Kreger. Yeah.
I am like in Barbarian, and I am interested
Yeah.
in that because Weapons is a really good movie from last year. From by the time this episode goes
This
up,
year.
I will say last year.
But it is this
2025.
2025.
Yes, we're in 2025 right now.
Might be on my short list for top 5 movies this year.
It might be on my short list for top 2 movies because I've only seen maybe 2 or 3. I saw Superman, I saw The Naked Gun, and I saw Five Nights at Freddy's 2. So it is in my top 5. There you go. Because I've only seen 5. I'm not like you. I'm built different.
But yeah, from the IMDb, it says follows a hapless courier tasked with delivering a package to a remote hospital. He soon finds himself caught in the middle of an outbreak and must fight through hordes of mutated creatures to survive. And I remember reading interviews that like he isn't basing it off any of the games. I know some people were kind of upset with that, but I think that's okay.
You've seen that before, folks.
We've seen that before, and they were and they were fine for the most part.
And
I trust him.
Not that interesting of a story. Sorry.
It's good. It has good themes and
it has cool characters.
Pieces. Yeah, and cool pieces. But
yeah,
I'm also okay being like you said. There's been plenty already of both doing their own standalone thing, but also we've already seen Resident Evil 2 done, and there's the animated movies that we haven't even mentioned. I'm okay with this because I do trust him to make an original story. Honestly, I'd rather him do an original story because he clearly knows how to write interesting horror plots. So, and this sounds interesting. Or like I don't know if it means like to a remote hospital. It makes it think like it would be kind of. I wonder if it's gonna be comedic and where it's like he's like I'm just trying to make deliveries and I get caught in the wrong place at the wrong time, and that could be fun. So,
I mean, as long as they're doing like Raccoon City itself, like they can have some of that themes in there, and then there you go. It's Resident Evil because guess what? Every time they make one of the new games now, like Resident Evil 9 Requiem, like yes, it's in Raccoon City, but like it's not connected. You know what I mean? Like it's just a new idea in Resident Evil. This is a new idea in Resident Evil. So I'm with you there. I'm not upset by that at all. I forgot about that until you said it, but I'm not upset at all about that. And then finally,
that looks good. Then go ahead.
Finally, to round out the year, what might be a flaming garbage can of a film, or something that is corny in a 2026 modern age way, similar to its original live-action adaptation. On October 16th, we'll have Street Fighter, a movie that has a lot of cast in it, for the purpose of having it be goofy, I think, on purpose. There's a lot of characters in that movie. There's some casting choices I'm disappointed in. I did not know much about what's his name, who's playing Dan Hibiki, but apparently he's a podcaster who hates vaccines and he's a douchebag and whatnot. He's a bro.
I think he's the same guy who said, he's the same guy I saw a clip of who just didn't believe that the U.S. would ever bomb like the boats in Venezuela. Like he just thought that wasn't happening, even though the U.S. government has like literally gloated about doing it, and he just thinks that there's no way that like, or actually I don't think he said it wasn't happening. It was more just like there's no way it would be innocent people. We would never do that. Like he was just couldn't wrap the idea that America has ever shot missiles into someone who doesn't deserve it. Like
anyone who died when we nuked Japan, they were all soldiers that vowed to kill us. There was not any innocent people at all in that instance. Stupid. I just remember in the Game Awards that big joke that I thought was funny. He introduced the cast of Mortal Kombat 2. Oh, that's right, they don't care about you. Like, Then afterwards, reading about this guy, I'm like, oh damn, fuck that guy. That makes that joke
I
sucked
wonder if
out.
he went off script too. I wonder if like 'cause based off some people's reactions, like okay, dude, like chill, like.
I don't
But
know.
to be fair, I don't mind a little like it makes it kind of fun. Like
Oh,
I like Mortal
I
Kombat,
like that. I
but like
think that
yeah,
that
sure, why
works.
not? Let's have a little friendly competition between the movies. You know, what'd be great, Ethan, is that and we're doing this episode again in next December, and we're like, man, we got really good finally some really good like fighting movies. It's been a minute, you know, like I want us to be like Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter both did really well. Like I'd rather have that and it'd be like add to it. You know what I mean?
Right.
If both suck, then that really sucks and it won't matter what he said.
Agreed.
Obviously it
Agreed.
pays off if Street Fighter does wind up being a better movie than Mortal Kombat, which I guess could potentially I could see that happening.
I think people might enjoy it more because of how it's obviously trying to be goofy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Mortal Kombat's
therefore,
definitely doing more of a serious, or at least had
well, the Johnny
cheesy
Cage stuff
moments, but
is not.
still
Yeah,
the
yeah.
tone is different.
Right.
I think that's really
They're
what
trying
it
to
is.
make it like cool and serious, and I hope they succeed. Versus Street Fighter, they wouldn't have cast that many characters. They wouldn't have cast, certain people. They wouldn't have had
Yeah.
50 Cent
But
be
I agree with you. I'm
Balrog.
afraid of it trying to do too much where the reason like the older one worked was because they were trying to be serious.
And what's his name? Well, Raul Julia gave a lifetime performance there because his kids played Street Fighter. Rest in
Yes.
peace. And what's his name? Jean Claude Van Damme was on cocaine during the
You can't
filming of that
replicate that. You
movie.
can't replicate that,
You can
folks.
literally see it in his eyes when he's giving a speech in that one scene to their version of the United Nations Army or whatever. That he's like has this snap realization of it where he's standing, and like it's perfect. And we're gonna watch that movie in black and white because I heard that transforms that movie. We're gonna
So I
watch that.
still
I don't know
have
if that's gonna be on content.
we both still have the steelbooks of it. One of my still wrapped because I'm waiting to open it for
Oh,
whenever
I
we
opened
watch it.
mine. I took the bison buck out.
I still think we should maybe we ask David because I know we wanted to always maybe revisit some older ones. I think that'd be a good one to just hit off start. I would love to open that shit and
I think
put
that
it
would be the
on.
first one to rewatch for the channel because I have a small list of ones where I think would be good to show David with us.
It's definitely I think a good top of the
Spirits Within
list.
is in there as well. You know what I mean? For other reasons. Yeah, those are the movies that are coming out, and then just to give a little bit more context, half beyond that in 2027 is Angry Birds 3, Sonic 4, the Zelda movie, and another Minecraft movie, which is what they should call that, by the way. Another Minecraft movie, not a
Another
Minecraft
one.
movie too.
Great, another one.
Yes, a second Minecraft movie.
But no,
maybe call it.
not like great, like more like great another
Yeah,
Minecraft movie.
absolutely.
Like three of
Um,
them. Just have 3 exclamation mark like just in the
Yeah.
font and everything. That'd be great.
Absolutely, absolutely. So like that extends beyond that, but 2026, Silent Hill, Return to Silent Hill rather, Iron Lung, the Super Mario Galaxy movie, Mortal Kombat 2, Resident Evil, Street Fighter.
I will
Perhaps
say
Resident Evil will get a subtitle when it gets closer. We don't know.
I could see Resident Evil being delayed. Just if weapons like came up this summer, unless he went right in. But I know movies have quicker turnaround, but like I wouldn't be shocked if it's like we get around like May and maybe we get a teaser, and if we don't get one, they'll be like, all right, we need a little bit more time and move it to, even if it's like a month. I'm not saying like it's going to be like a Mortal Kombat situation, but I can see them moving it. But September 18th, that's like kind of like I feel like a lot of people start thinking about horror movies and Halloween time. So I think it's a good spot for it, though. I think it's a good spot for it because even if you don't see it in theaters, people might rent it for Halloween weekend or something. So
if
we
all these
didn't really
movies come out though, if none of them get delayed, this will be a big year for video game movies. I mean, you have 1 animated film and 5 live action films. I assume Iron Lung is a live action.
Yes, Iron Lungs. There was a trailer for it, but I haven't watched it yet. But
and a lot of these are adult oriented video game properties, but still like it's a lot of stuff. It feels like a range of iconic stuff and Iron Lung. You know what I mean? But like, it feels solid. It feels like
I feel like we
cool.
got a good variety too. Like I know we
We're gonna have a
have
great
there's
year
like
of content here on the channel of content.
there's a lot of there's like about three horror, but like I'm talking more like you have a big Nintendo thing, then you have some classics like Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, but then Iron Lung kind of holds. I would argue Silent Hill's more classic, but still you have a little bit of a variety of
Yeah.
just like we do with our video game movie review, like kind of seasons. As I feel like we always have a decent variety of like
Yeah.
heavy big names to a mobile game that got turned into a movie in Japan and actually was really good. And it's about cats and
Oh, I thought
writer
you were talking about in Dead Trigger.
or that you get that too as well.
Another mobile game. Yeah.
God, I hope we don't get any Dead Triggers next year. I'll say this: we forgot to really talk about it, but like I am looking forward to Silent Hill, just because it's the original director. That's one of my favorite video game movies. I'm definitely more high on it than you are, but I remember when we first reviewed it, I was so excited because I did before we ever did this show or anything. Like I have it on DVD.
Really.
I've watched it multiple times growing up, and I always liked the vibe and atmosphere of it. I love the music that I know is from the games. So I'm really hoping like he can repeat that. But we'll see. Super Mario is, I guess, out of all of these, the ones I'm looking forward the least, weirdly enough, is probably Super Mario, just because it's like
Get the
not
fuck
for
out
me.
of here.
It ain't for me, dude.
Yeah, it
Ain't
is.
for me, dude.
If you enjoy things,
Donkey
you will
Kong,
enjoy
Donkey Kong is
Mario.
gonna be in it for 2 seconds, and that's all I care about.
Hope they kill him.
With a gun.
Hope they kill him.
Uh,
And I hope Rosalina does it so that the nerds will hate Brie Larson even more. You know what I mean?
I don't know if anyone really does. I don't feel like I've heard anyone. She hasn't been in anything for 2 years, so I guess that helps. But like, I feel like no one's been really
These
talking about her.
weirdos hold on to stuff forever. Dude, these people hate Anthony Mackie. You want to know why? Because in an interview a decade ago, he said he didn't care for Man of Steel. And
Well,
so
that's
they
gonna be
want to
me
make fun
about
of him
Super
now.
Mario. I'm gonna be like, I didn't care for Super Mario Galaxy movie.
Dude,
Sorry.
I saw that on Twitter the other day. Like, they're making fun. Like, why? Because he made fun of. He didn't like Man of Steel. Because it's just insane to me. These people hold on to shit. Give it up. I don't know. Yeah, but that is the slate of video game
Mortal
movies.
Kombat, I love too, but I think out of all these, the most hype might be Resident Evil, just because of Zach Kreger
Really?
and just the if he does it his way and how he writes and does his shit
Yeah.
and all practical effects he uses most of the time as well. Like there's just a lot of good shit. Like you said, Barbarian, highly recommend that film. Highly recommend Weapons. And if he can hit with this, we're gonna be in for a treat, I think.
I will point out before I say what movies I'm more excited for. There are two Capcom movies this year, and they are a month apart, which is interesting.
There should be a third, but
Monster Hunter 2.
no.
That's
Something-
your monkey's paw. You want some dinosaur-like monsters? You're gonna get Monster Hunter 2.
I mean, I would be okay with it if it was just someone else making it, just
Yeah.
like anyone else.
Yeah.
Almost
I mean,
anyone else.
Monster Hunter would probably work better as an animated film. You know what I mean? Even if it was animated like people, like live, like
Yeah.
proportionally.
In terms
you know
of
what I mean?
in terms for like the action elements, 100%. Like
Yeah.
it'd be weird to see live action people jumping around with a big sword.
And you've seen footage of Rise and Wilds and like some of these gigantic weapons and all that. Just they seem less uncanny when they're animated. You know what I mean? I'm a person that's foolish.
There was the one Predator animated show that came out, or movie that came out earlier this year, and the reason it felt so like refreshing, I had some issues with like the quality of frame rates at some parts in that movie. The action was still pretty good, but it's because the people the Predator was fighting in different time periods were, like a samurai or ninja, a pilot, or whatnot, and that just felt like you could do that because it's like you said, it's an animated thing. Having a real live action Predator fight a ninja in feudal Japan or something, I just don't think would look cool enough, or would be way too cheesy. But like as an animated thing, it works. I agree with you with like maybe a Monster Hunter would need a animated something to make that really work. Or you're just doing the same thing again where shit modern day, or people see some, I don't know, big dinosaur dragon thing, kaiju.
For this list of movies, there unfortunately is not a Monster Hunter 2. I'll say the
Or Dino
movie
Crisis.
I am least excited about is Iron Lung for sure, because I have no idea what that is. But the one that I go back and forth, honestly, between what could potentially be a huge, fun train wreck of a film, like Street Fighter, or the Silent Hill movie. Maybe it's just because Silent Hill is in such a upswing right now that like it can only disappoint. You know what I mean? They delayed that movie till January. That's typically not a good sign, right?
Yeah, January is they say is like the graveyard of movies for the year, where like production companies usually are like, just put it there. Like it'll make some money, maybe make its money back if we're lucky. Like the big headlining movie I know right now that's coming out in January is the freaking Primate movie, where the a sorority girls or something's pet monkey gets rabies and starts slaughtering all of them in a deserted, like, I don't know, like island or something. Sure. You know what I mean? It's like whatever, dude. So sometimes you get bangers, don't get me wrong, but like most of the time January and like even February is for the, hey, we made these, if you like them, cool, but we're saving our bullets for the summer or Christmas.
Yeah, so that's my only worry, but I am excited, and like maybe
this is the only time a Silent Hill movie could do well, because no one, like, there's nothing else will be really competing in January.
Maybe. I feel like Silent Hill still has a name for a general audience because of those prior movies. Resident Evil has a
it's been a long time
is a big name. Yeah,
it's been a long time.
But hey, the two games done really well sales wise and critically. So like, I don't know. I'm ready to be disappointed, but I'm excited for that movie. I'm just taking it for granted that Mario will be fun. Like, so I don't need to be excited for that movie. I know I will have a fun time. I'm willing to just like not get hyped. Feels kind of lame to say that. I'm getting hyped, but like, yeah, I'm like, cool. When I will see, I will watch a trailer for that once. You know what I mean? And be like, awesome, cool. And then when I see the movie, I'll be like, awesome, cool. And then when we review the movie, I'll be like, this was awesome, cool. That's right. You know what I mean, or whatever we give it, depending on how awesome and or cool it is. Mortal Kombat 2. I personally am way more interested in old Mortal Kombat than new Mortal Kombat. If they had somehow made, like the upcoming Street Fighter movie, a throwback cheesy Mortal Kombat film, I'd be like, fuck yeah. Give me like claymation Goro into the movie. You know what I mean?
That'd be sick.
Don't do CG. Do like the old Christmas special stuff where it's
or like, Attack on Titan.
You know what I mean?
No, not Attack on Titan. Sorry. What was it called? Fucking A. What's the Jason the Argonauts, like from the 40s there?
I've seen that. Yes.
I don't know where Titan came from. Does he fight?
It's a giant Titan like statue, like
maybe that's what I'm thinking.
Guy where it's chasing them in the boats. Have Goro be that with his forearms. Oh, even better. It's just a big muscle guy, and you claymation 2 more arms. Not CG the arms.
No, have them be inflatables. Clearly, like have them clearly be inflatable arms.
Have one of those wacky waving inflatable tube men be painted human skin color and give them two more. Yeah,
and it's behind him constantly. It's not actually even attached to him. It's like trying to be an illusion.
No, I think my only thing is that like I have a feeling Mortal Kombat 2 will just kind of be okay, and or maybe will be just sucky because it's trying too hard to be serious. But if it's fun and cool, then it earns that need to be serious. If that makes sense. Yeah. For just what the sake of the fighting games are, like, let alone like the like goofiness of the over the top blood and gore.
I don't
Like,
think we've really like even we've watched a lot of fighting game movies, video game movies. And all the ones that we've liked have been stupid, like on purpose or because they suck.
Dead or Alive, Mortal Kombat original, Street Fighter. Absolutely. Like
There hasn't been
Tekken
one where we're
or
like, this was serious and well done.
right,
You know what I
right,
mean?
right.
Like it just I don't know if it's possible because the concept of just dudes who fight is already funny. Like that's why WWE is funny to me, like to a general degree. I love WWE, but the reason is because it is so nonsensical in the sense of like from an outside perspective. Like you can't do it seriously. Like the
Absolutely.
Tekken movie was
It was trying to be so serious and that movie sucked. You know what I mean? Or the King of Fighters movie. Even it was goofy,
yeah.
but it was trying to be serious and not in a Mortal Kombat way, the original, or a Street Fighter way, the original, in a weird third way that made it suck. Because it
Yeah.
was also ashamed of itself, which the other two options, Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter, were not ashamed of themselves. They thought they were cool. The King of Fighters movie did not think King of Fighters was cool. You know what I mean? Terry
Right.
Bogard, CIA, sucked ass to hear. What the fuck are you talking about? He's a cool, lazy man who wears jeans and has long
Right.
blonde hair. He is not in the CIA. What the fuck are you talking about? So that's my only concern is that like I am not expecting much from Mortal Kombat 2.
The floor could be low, and that's what I'm afraid of, even as a fan, that the floor could be low. And the trailer seemed cool, but wasn't like I wasn't blown away where I was like, let's fucking go. It was kind of like, all right, we'll see. I hope it holds. And I follow the director on Twitter, and I'm cheering for him. I did see he did not like the Schultz comments though at the Game Awards. He found that very like I'm like it's okay, dude. Just trust in your movie, and you don't have to worry about it.
Right.
Like just worry about what you can control. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
people are gonna do what they want to do. So, or I think he should have just bought into it. Like, well, I'm cheering for them. I hope you could have just added to it in a friendly way.
Hell yeah, thanks for the shout out. That's
Yeah.
all you have to say. You know what I mean? Do what he says. Watch our movie on blah blah blah. Yeah, you can always pivot that, right? And yeah, Resident Evil. I'm fascinated by the possibilities. It could also be a whatever movie in relation to the video game-ness. You know what I mean? Like, my only concern would be like how little of a video game of a Resident Evil movie it could be, but I'm sure it'll be good. You know what I mean?
I'm very much like if it follows the spirit, you can really do a lot. What is Resident Evil really about? Half the time, corporations
A biohazard.
shouldn't be doing these biohazards.
Yeah, that's about
Or these villagers be crazy.
it. Yeah.
So as long as it has that spirit, I think it'll be fine.
Yeah, absolutely. And Street Fighter, my only concern is that despite trying to be goofy and fun, it ends up being awful and cringe. And like that level of cringe where like, I know you think you're being funny. You're not being funny, you're being extremely embarrassing. And therefore we can make fun of your failure to be funny and find that funny. You know what I mean? Like it's
You don't want a
like the
Borderlands situation.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
Yep.
Where it's like, yes, Borderlands thinks it's funny. That movie was terrible, and still it thought it was funny.
And I felt bad for all the actors involved who were given the shit script, and they are on paper, like
How
on
do you
paper,
go
should
from
have
being
been tolerable. You know what I mean? Should have been like, you know what? I
Should have
laughed
been
at Kevin
bare
Hart.
bones?
You know?
Yeah. How do you go from being in an awesome movie like Tar to being in Borderlands? I don't think Kate Blanchett was in a movie in between those two, right?
I don't know.
Just total whiplash. Although, granted, I think Borderlands was filmed before it because it was filmed forever ago. I don't know.
God.
But don't worry, the actual Borderlands 4 game that came out this year toned itself way the fuck down in the humor department and tried to take itself seriously, and I think people appreciated that. So maybe there's some lessons learned from all of this. Maybe, who knows? But yeah, an exciting year of video game movies. The Iron Lung, I did bring up my. I just don't know what that is, and I'm not expecting like anything. So
I mean, I respect a
give me a
passion
good time.
project though.
Yeah.
So I'm going in with being like I am intrigued to see what you can
just-
do. So I
And
don't
this
know much
sucks to
about him
say.
outside of the stuff I've seen. I mean, I wasn't really a fan of him much growing up on
Oh,
the internet, but
Markiplier.
yeah. But from what I've heard, he is like a really nice dude and like genuinely
Again,
loves the
from
craft
that era
of
of
that.
YouTubers, did not
So
turn out shit. So that's
so
saying a
I'm cheering. I
lot.
am cheering for him. I am
Yeah,
cheering for him. I hope because I respect people who are like, I am doing this for the. It sounds like he's like, I'm doing this because I really like whatever this game is about. So
yeah.
I hope it's like I want like we always say this, or at least I always say this is like every time we have a our fantasy draft in our season there, or the movies coming out, I'd rather be discussing good shit. I'd rather every movie be fucking S rank level where we have to debate that or change the S rank. Like I want to get to that level. Like that's the goal.
The only sad
I
part
can't
is
control
there's nothing
that.
we can do about that though.
Yeah, but in reality, like I do agree, there's some floors and some ceilings with some of these movies more than others. That is always tough, but I'm hoping we're in. There's been. I keep thinking we are in this era where video game movies have learned or have gotten to a point where they can be more respectable. But then there's a couple stinkers we get, like Borderlands, where I'm like, are we back yet, though? But then, that's not fair to other genres that do have stinkers all the time. But uh,
Agreed.
like horror movies, I think there's usually more bad than good, and that's just the nature of the genre.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
it is tough to do. But same with video game movies. I think we finally see a recipe for how it could work with movies like Sonic, um, Detective Pikachu, Prince of Persia. So there's been flashes of it, and there's been more flashes more recently. But I really hope maybe 2026 will be the year, Ethan, where we finally like, yep, it's here to stay, baby. We locked
Yeah.
and loaded. I'll say this: we don't have it on screen here, but basically with this IGN article of like random lists of video game movies. Is there anything that could be a surprise? I don't think so, but do you think there could be anything maybe like it's coming out this December or December of 2026 that's gonna from this list or from a list you have in your head of a video game movie that might come out?
Like an unannounced video game movie? Like what do you I
Yeah,
don't understand the
or
question.
like, is there anything outside of the list we do know? Is there anything
Okay.
you think that could like, hey, I heard this was in development for a long
Oh.
time. Maybe it comes
Well, there
out.
there was recent reaffirmation that the BioShock Netflix movie is still happening and in production to some degree. I could see that being interesting if they actually don't base it on any of the games and just do another BioShock type city. You know what I mean? But like they probably will just want to stick to the iconography of the Big
They can
Daddy
do more like
and the
Fallout,
underwater.
where Fallout
Um,
has a lot of the locations and stuff, but just it's new one
and
of
Todd
one
Howard came
characters.
out and said Fallout 5 will be acknowledging that the show is canon. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Regardless of if that means has already happened or is currently happening.
Because I know
So,
Helldivers 2's been something's been going on with that. Is last time I heard of that, but I don't know if it'll come out.
and the God of War show, which again we're talking about movies, but the Horizon Zero Dawn movie, those have been like up and down, left and right, being tossed up in the
Yeah,
air, and Sony doesn't know what they want to do.
I'm gonna. I know Pokemon Detective Pikachu too. I remember what like 3-4 years ago we talked about it and we were like, this has got to happen at some point. But every year that goes by, I'm like, I don't know if it's happening again.
Well, it sounds like no one picked up the phone and said, "Hey, let's do it again." That's what like
Everyone's kind of
it
just is like,
sounded
yeah, that
like.
was good. All right,
Yeah. I mean, which I guess fair, right? You don't have to make a sequel. I would love to see another Pokemon movie though, because I
like a
liked
live
the realistic
action.
Pokemon what they did.
Yeah,
Yeah. Um. Oh God, that's right. There is both a Death Stranding movie that is in the works and a Death Stranding animated thing for Netflix or whatever, or Amazon, whatever
I
is
feel like
that's in the
animated's
works.
more likely to come out than obviously a live action.
Yeah.
Um,
I know you are extremely excited for the potential of the Elden Ring movie based on its director. Um, so that's going to be a lot of fun.
yeah,
And based off of the last movie we watched, I'm sure Five Nights at Freddy's 3 will be awesome. I'm sure that'll be fantastic.
I wonder if that would It's got to be 2027, right? But unless they film those movies back to back.
28. I don't want that movie any closer than it
I
needs to
know. I'm
be.
just thinking of like it could
Give that
be a
movie
quick
time to
turnaround.
breathe. Ugh.
Do you think anything will be delayed? I don't.
Resident Evil,
The
like
only
you said. But
I feel like that's the only one.
I can see the Street Fighter movie being delayed again. If there is test screenings of the finished product and people are like, oh no, they will 100% delay that movie and try to re-edit the jokes.
I just don't know how much you can
and...
delay it. Like, I mean, it sounds like it's been completely shot, so I mean, there's not too much you really can do in post unless you're going back and reshooting things, but that's a whole other conversation.
Only time
I feel like
will tell.
they wouldn't be at the Game Awards, honestly, if they weren't going to reshoot anything. You know, they wouldn't be like, "Hey, go up there and hype this movie up."
Plenty of games go to the Game Awards and never appear again.
Well,
so,
that's a Game Awards
remember
issue.
Arc 2? 2028, baby, for that game announced in 2020 or whatever.
Any day now.
Yeah. All right. Well, this has been an interesting discussion of the upcoming video game movies. Thank you. That's not the screen I wanted. Thank you, Devin, for joining me. Thank you, Ethan, for joining Devin. Yes. What movie are you excited about, folks at home? Write in the comments below. Between Return to Silent Hill, Iron Lung, the Super Mario Galaxy movie, Mortal Kombat 2, Resident Evil, and Street Fighter. Suffice it to say, we will be reviewing all 6 of those movies this coming year here on the channel as soon as we are able to see them in theaters.
Couple weeks.
Or streaming or whatever.
Already. For a couple of them. So
yeah. So keep an eye out for those episodes. They might not be ASAP, but they might be
we try our best
as reasonably possible. ASARP, AARP, as we are older now. Thank you guys for watching. Take care of yourselves out there, and remember, let's go, Mario.
Mario, you want to go to the Resident Evil village? Then we can street fight our way to a Mortal Kombat, and then we will all get the Z